I have a confession to make. I did not get the client, and I'm okay with that. Hi, Francesca Ragucci here. That was an interesting start to the video. Something new, a new approach. I feel like Eminem in 8 Mile right now. That scene where he's in a rap battle and he's being so humble about a lot of his flaws or his weaknesses in that moment. And this video is a theme about that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with Eminem and 8 Mile, you can just YouTube this scene, the rap battle, where he lays it all out on the table about his life and perceived weaknesses that he has that he's well aware of, but he also talks about one shot, one opportunity. Is this everything you ever wanted? I'm about to start rapping. Let's get into the video, okay? So I didn't get the client. Guess what? That happens to everyone. We have consultations and sometimes the client does not sign up with us. And guess what? That's okay. I've had many consultations where the client simply didn't sign up. Is it my fault? No. Is it the client's fault? No. It's not about faulting or putting yourself down because you didn't get the client. It's about the learning lessons out of having not gotten the client. So my outlook is whenever I have a client consultation, which I'm so grateful to have them coming in, it's a learning lesson, and I also surrender the expectation. So with me surrendering the expectation of potentially getting that client, I am more at ease in the call, I'm more confident, I'm more courageous to share new detail about my company experience, and that helps me to grow in confidence with consultations calls. Every call goes differently. Every call has a different outcome. However, it's about showing up as my best self, or even for you, being prepared, showing up as your best self, making sure you put it all out there on the table, another saying, lay it on the line, put it on the table. And then when that call is done, you're confident in knowing that you said everything, you gave it your all, and let the universe or let circumstance put it together and tell you if that client is right for you. Because many times you have a volume of consultations or calls or emails coming in about your business. And guess what? Sometimes that client may not be the one for you. And that's a lesson to learn. When you don't get the client, or when I don't get the client, that may mean that in this time and space, that client is not right for me or for you. That prospective client may come back into your life at a different time. However, as of now, it's simply a learning lesson. So I want you to make sure that before you get on a consultation call, you are prepared. You're prepared with your service, you know your formula and your layouts of your consultation. For me, consultation calls are pretty simple. A lot of them are basically the same form of conversation. I ask the client about their business, they ask me about my business, and we talk about potentially working together. It's really simple, to be quite honest. And a lot of times, as I'm gaining more experience, what's happening is I'm noticing the consultation calls getting a lot simpler, a lot quicker. They used to be 1 hour. Now they're 30 minutes or even 15 minutes, because a lot of times it's not about giving out all this detail about every little part of your business that you want the client to know about. It's just about giving an overview. Before a client comes to my business for a consultation, they see everything on my website. So make sure you have everything laid out on your website. Make it super easy. Make the consultation be the last step of just solidifying certain points before they become a client. Okay, so now we're in this state where you didn't get the client. So what happened, okay? Let's say it's a day later or a week later, and the client follows up with you and says that They are just not ready. They're overwhelmed. They're not fitting with the service or something like that. A lot of times, if a client doesn't move forward with you, they may have chosen someone else. The service may be too overwhelming for them within their business, or they're just have no decision. A lot of times, you may not even hear back from that client. And I've gotten all of these. So the one thing with experience is you see the patterns. You see like when someone may not even get back to you, and you see when someone gets back to you and they're just not completely sure, but they want to leave conversation open, which is completely normal. You just choose what's best for you as far as follow-up. I have a follow-up formula that I stick with as far as client consultations. So I'm going to give the formula to you for you to write down and implement this yourself. Let's say consultation happened Monday, it's over. So now I'm waiting. That's it. The day after, I'm waiting. And this is my approach, okay? Yours can be different. It'll be, so let's say it's Monday. By Thursday or Friday, I typically give them a couple days, 3 to 4, depending on the day, depending on the confidence that the client had. I'll give them those days to think. And then let's say on day 3, I message the client and I forward the same email to which they inquired about, just to jog their memory a bit. And I basically ask what their thoughts are about moving forward in a plan. It's that simple. I don't need to talk about my business again. I don't need to sell anything. They already know. Okay? I just say, what are your thoughts about moving forward in this plan? Look forward to discussing. That's it. Typically, after that point, the client will get back to me or they will not. If they get back to you, great. You're done. They either want to move forward with you or they want more time to think, okay? In the event the client wants more time to think, what you can say is, I look forward to hearing from you in the future. I will be sure to keep you up to date about any relevant changes within our business. If a client is undecided and does not want to move forward at this time, your follow-up process is done. After that, I welcome you to add them to your email marketing or whatever type of, let's say, client relationship service that you use in order to make sure that they're secure in a safe space. The other approach is, let's say you do that first follow-up and you do not hear from them. Okay, so let's say another 3 days went by and you didn't hear from them. Now, I want you to follow up again, okay? It's time to follow up again. So we're approaching a week. Follow up again, similar type of message. Keep it simple. They already know they had a consultation with you. There's no need to rehash any consultation points in the call. What you can do at this time is empathize with them. You can pull out reasons of, let's say, indecision or fear, overwhelm, or even confidence that they set forth in the call. Whatever those points were, you can add it onto their email. So let's say they felt overwhelmed because the service is so new. You can empathize with them in email and say, I understand that this service is brand new to you. I completely get it. We're a new company working with you for the first time. However, I'm confident that we can help ease you into this process, period. That was about 2 sentences, period. That's it, you're done. So that was a client who has indecision or some overwhelm. They'll then get back to you because you were sincere and empathetic with them. They'll get back to you at that time. And if they don't, it's time to stop. No more weekly follow-ups, okay? You're welcome to do that, but I typically gauge each client individually. So if a client was overwhelmed in the consultation call, it is unlikely, from my experience, it's unlikely that they're going to move forward like a day later because of such overwhelm. If their marketing budget was $500 and your service is $5,000, for example, or whatever budget it is, that may be a big jump for them. Or maybe it's not about the money at all and it's about the commitment. It's either one or the two. It's either the investment that they put in financially or it's the time commitment of their energy. It's one of the two. Has to be off in order for a client not to move forward with you. Or they simply go with someone else's service, okay? So choose your follow-up plan. I am more of a laid-back type of person. So my follow-up plan works with me. I give my clients an amount of time to think. I follow up without following up too much. So I have, let's say, a balance of my follow-up. There are times where I followed up with a client for 3 months because they said they were curious about my business, and it took 3 months of time for us to schedule a call, okay? There are times where I followed up with a client, let's say, very lightly for 6 months about moving forward in a monthly marketing plan. At that point, I may have followed up with them once a month, but I'm always making sure that these clients, undecided or they choose to say no, are in my emailing list, which is my CRM management service. It's one of them. Make sure that you have a way to keep these clients in the know of what's going on with your business in order for them to make the best decision moving forward, perhaps in a new time and space. So I welcome you to embrace the clients who did not choose you. That's okay. It's a good thing. It's a lesson learned for you and how to move forward. Don't put yourself down because it's not a negative. Trust me, this happens to me all the time and it still happens. And some of those clients, we end up receiving them because it is the right time and space for both of us and we're in alignment to move forward with the partnership. I thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your follow-up plan. Let me know, did you get that client? Did you not? Why? What do you think happened? I look forward to chatting with you and answering some of your comments in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.